why are we talking about this? Because if not addressed, many would have mental illnesses or worse, suicide. Hi, I'm Casey.
And my name is Stella.
And welcome to the Christian Expats. In this channel, we do faith conversations like this. So if you're new here, consider subscribing.
So we are going to talk about something that is not talked about much in church. Have you ever despised yourself for having this feeling of doubt, fear, sadness, or anger? And think that having these emotions is a sign of not being spiritual enough?
Or have you ever experienced trying to open up yourself to other Christians and they try to give you quick fix advice? Psychologists call this as spiritual bypassing. Spiritual bypassing simply means that you use spiritual concepts, platitudes, or activities to bypass or try to avoid your true feelings, especially the hard ones like fear, anger, sadness, shame, grief.
So we're going to talk about this, but mind you, we are not professionals. We're neither doctors nor psychiatrists, but we're going to talk about this just to give awareness for us.
So, spiritual bypassing can happen either in two ways. First is you do it to yourself or others do it to you. You do it to yourself when you say things such as this: I shouldn't feel weak, I have Christ. Or, I should not let them see me weak. I can't show them that I'm weak. Some of the negative emotions that we're talking about here includes anger, fear, sadness, grief, loneliness, the feeling of being down, or even burnout. We try to suppress or hold back our emotions thinking that it's the Christian thing to do. Others call this as bottling up. And to better understand this, we have here, a bottle of soda.
Not for promotion.
And let's think that whatever is inside the soda is your emotions. So things or your emotions are piling up, and the healthy way to do is just to release by opening the cap. But when we do bottling up, we keep the cap closed because we don't want others to see what we are feeling. So we keep our emotions, negative emotions, inside. And with just a simple trigger.
She's afraid.
Things might just get out of control, out of your control. And without releasing some of these emotions, like if you don't deal with your emotions, you will just burst.
We thought our relationship with Christ makes us immune to these human emotions.
Avoiding your emotions does not eliminate them. Rather, it makes it even more difficult for you to manage challenging situations in the future.
I used to have this attitude. Ate Casey knows this because she knows me very, very well. When a negative circumstance comes and I have this negative emotions in me, I don't tell it to anyone. Like, I keep it for myself. And there was this instance that she said something like a harmless comment, like it was a common conversation between us, but I thought that it was offending. I was triggered because I'm on the edge already of that negative emotions. I did that because I thought that I was strong enough to handle or to keep for myself that emotion.
Another way of spiritual bypassing is when other people do it to you. Have you ever shared a hard situation to members of your church community and heard a version of the following response? You don't need to feel depressed. God has given you so much. Or you will hear this: pray more. Ask God to take your addiction away. Another is this: God forgive you. You should be forgiving your abuser. Turn the other cheek, my friend. Or starve your fear. It's the enemy of your faith. And this one is your favorite. I rebuke you, spirit of depression.
We are not saying that these comments aren't true on some level. In Christ, we have access to tremendous spiritual resources, like what's said in Ephesians chapter 1 verse 19. And we do seek to be people of prayer, faithfulness, forgiveness, no matter our circumstances.
And when we give advice, we have to take into consideration the appropriateness of what we are saying, if it really meets the needs of that person. And one analogy we can use here is, it's like giving a plastic apple to a famished person.
And I just wanna quote Mary Margaret West. She said on one interview, the biggest thing that somebody in the church can do is listen. But when they do, they shouldn't be too quick to slap on an easy answer, like telling them that they just need to read their Bibles more. Though that would likely be beneficial, some might actually need intervention.
So I remember this happened like it's not few months, it was last year, when she came to me and she shared to me a very sensitive struggle that she was having back then. And you can share it to them also now.
Yeah. That was the time when Joshua Harris actually left the faith. And I thought I had this fear of maybe I'm not part of the Christian faith. I doubted my faith. I doubted my salvation. What if in the long term I will do the same like Joshua Harris did? And that was real to me. And I went to her.
And I remember that when I heard that, I was shocked because I've known her for so long. And hearing this from her was a shock for me because I know that she has a deep faith in Jesus. And back then, I did not easily, instantly gave her quick fix advice. But what I did was I paused and I prayed. I said a short prayer. And I remember saying just one statement to her. I asked her, what would you want me to do? And her answer was,
I answered, just listen. I just need someone to listen and to pray for me. That's it.
Yeah, because sometimes people share or open up themselves to you because they just want someone to listen to. It doesn't require for you to give them responses, just like what we mentioned earlier.
So this is the first time that I actually shared that story in front of the public.
Yeah, so why are we talking about this? Because we want to create an awareness. Because if not addressed, especially now, during these circumstances, many would have mental illnesses or worse, suicide. In US, suicide is on top 10 cause of death. Suicide occurs throughout lifespan and is the second leading cause of death in people ages 15 to 29. And this stats is actually globally. Listen to this. Over 800,000 people lose their lives to suicide in a year. And we believe that it's time for Christians, it's time for church to do something about it and to talk about it.
So, question of the day.
Have you ever experienced doing spiritual bypassing to yourself, or have you experienced others do it to you?
Let us know in the comment section below. If you want to watch more videos on this topic, we will link the part of this series on the YouTube card and description below. So make sure to check it out. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye!
So if you want to watch more videos on this topic, we'll link